Hello, my friends. It is your brother Hampton from Hybrid Calisthenics. I've gotten a lot of questions recently about what is calisthenics, how do I get started, and how do I make a fitness routine around it. First of all, some of you were embarrassed to ask these questions, but don't be, because it's actually my privilege and honor to introduce you to calisthenics. In this video, I'll do my best to summarize my answer, but I want to give you guys the best information, so it's really going to be the first video in a series. So calisthenics is bodyweight exercise that you do with just your body and little or no equipment. Think push-ups or pull-ups. Specifically, what I do is progressive calisthenics, so after I master a certain form of exercise, I move on to a harder version of that exercise. I'll explain more later in the video. In my opinion, calisthenics is natural movement, so we're training our body to push, pull, and hold in the ways that it was designed to, and as a result, it's a great way to burn fat, build muscle, increase strength, improve functionality and mobility, everything. Guys are usually interested in it because it helps them build strength and muscle, and it trains them to use that strength in a way they might not get from just lifting weights. Women often ask me if it'll help them burn fat and stay lean, and yes, for many reasons, but really building that extra little bit of muscle will make your body more calorie intensive. You'll require more energy just to operate, so you burn more fat just naturally. You don't have to worry about becoming too muscular. Calisthenics in general usually builds a very lean, athletic looking physique, and really no one really becomes too muscular overnight by accident, so you won't wake up and look like the Hulk. If you do, DM me on Instagram and we'll talk. And just for everyone, it's a good way to maintain your body. A lot of the problems I get messaged about, like back pain, joint pain, lack of flexibility, a lot of this can be fixed by following a good calisthenics routine like the one I'm about to show you. So first, we're going to discuss 5 exercises that when taken together work the entire body. And second, I'm going to help you find a version of these exercises that works for you. Usually it ranges from very easy to very difficult. And third, I'll tell you when to program these exercises, when to do them, and how to do them. The 5 exercises we'll do are push-ups, pull-ups, squats, leg lifts, and bridges. Now, while these exercises all target a different part of the body, they're all compound exercises, so they'll train the body to work together, and they'll all work the entire body somewhat. The next step is to find a version of these exercises that works for you, and work it hard until you're strong enough to reach the next level. You should think of these levels the same way you think of weights in weightlifting. After we master a certain weight, we can move on, but there's always going to be a weight and a level that can challenge you. Before I cover the exercises, I want to tell you that I try to pick names that you can easily Google and start using now, but I plan to make 5 different videos that cover these exercise series that show you how I would progress. So if you can't do regular push-ups yet, you can try doing wall push-ups, incline push-ups at chest height, incline push-ups at hip height, knee push-ups, and then your regular push-up. And from there, you can move on to arrowhead push-ups, uneven push-ups, and archer push-ups, and finally, different versions of the one-arm push-up. Similarly, with pull-ups, which many people can't do, you can start doing wall pull-ups, horizontal pull-ups at chest height, horizontal pull-ups at hip height, jackknife pull-ups, and finally do those until you can do regular pull-ups. From there, you can do narrow pull-ups, one-hand pull-ups, archer pull-ups, and start working towards a one-arm pull-up. Leg raises are an excellent progressive way to work the core, and many people are stronger here naturally, but if you can't do regular leg raises, you can do knee tucks, knee raises, bent leg raises, and finally work the leg raises. And from there, you can work up to a pull-up bar and start doing hanging knee raises, hanging bent leg raises, hanging leg raises, and then start working towards L-hold progressions, V-hold progressions, and then the hanging V-hold progression. I just noticed that the more advanced an exercise gets, the more syllables there are and the harder it is for me to say, because that last one took me a couple tries to get right. Moving on to squats, many people can't do regular full squats, which is okay. You can start doing supported chair squats, supported squats, half squats, and from there you can move on to regular squats. From there you can go to narrow squats, chair pistol squats, supported pistol squats, the half pistol squat, and finally the regular pistol squat. And finally, we have bridges to work our entire back and our spine. Bridges are great for a lot of things. If you know my content, you know that I love bridges. Now, it is a little bit harder for people to start doing bridges than it is for them to start doing the other exercises. So if you can't do the beginner levels yet, don't worry, your back is being trained through the other exercises. And when you're strong enough, you can come back and you can try these exercises. Just make sure you go slow and safe. So to build up to a regular bridge, you can do short bridges, straight bridges, feet elevated straight bridges, head bridges. Then from there you can move up to regular bridges. And from there we can do gecko bridges, wall walking bridges, closing bridges, and finally stand-to-stand bridges. Now again, I tried to find names of these exercises that you can easily Google and research yourself, but some of them are a little bit more obscure. If you're confused, you can message me anywhere on social media, or you can wait for me to cover them in an exercise series. By the way, they're coming soon. Finally, let's talk about when to do these exercises and how to do them, because I know if I don't mention this, some people will do them every day and some people will never do them. And to answer one of my most common questions, yes, you can do some of these in your bed. For other ones, you may not be able to. So my personal workout routine: on Mondays, I do push-ups and leg raises. On Wednesday, I do pull-ups and squats. And on Fridays, I do bridges, and I also train handstand push-ups on that day. You don't have to do the handstand push-ups yet, but the other parts of the routine are what I recommend for starting out. When doing these exercises, I focus on doing 2 hard sets, both as many as you can or to a preset standard. So for example, if you're doing push-ups, you might do as many as you can, or 21, and then the second set may be 19. Your preset goal may be 2 sets of 25, and when you hit that goal, you can move on to a harder form of push-up. It may surprise some people, but these 2 hard sets are enough for us to grow muscle and strength and progress. We don't need to do many sets. Now, lots of people wonder why we don't do these exercises more often. Well, first of all, remember that all of these exercises are compound exercises. So while we're focusing on one once a week, different parts of our body are being used multiple times during the week. Second, we're cultivating fitness for the long term. So while some people, when they get motivated, they want to exercise every day, this usually only lasts at most a couple of weeks, and then they don't exercise at all. And it's better to find a fitness routine that's sustainable and we can use for years and years. And third, modern fitness culture really promotes the idea of pushing yourself and doing as many reps as you can, when really we heal and we get stronger when we rest. So we have to push ourselves to grow, but we also have to rest, and that's when we get stronger and better. So that's the general routine I recommend to everyone, and the one that I personally use. But after I finish the videos on the exercise series, I will make one discussing specifically workout routines for those that want to exercise more and for those that want to exercise less. So friends, that is the video. I hope you liked it. I did my best to cover everything. I know I probably left some things out, so please let me know if you have questions. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk soon.